If you want your vocals to go from this
You know it hurts.
to this
You know it hurts.
without needing to pile a ton of effects like most people think, I'll show you step by step exactly what to do to achieve this. Hey there, in this video I will be taking you through my process of vocal layering, selecting and organizing tracks, and some effects towards the end. So the last video was pretty chaotic and messy, where I was recording my vocals because I was so focused on just getting the vocal takes down before I forget what is in my head. I think it's okay for the recording process to be messy. You don't want to lose the spark just because you start organizing and structuring your tracks, right? But being messy in that process is only okay if it will be taken care of afterwards. That's why this next step is super important, because like I said, I'll be creating a selection, organizing and layering. So let's go. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna start by cleaning up this mess, because you know, I don't know what I got here. This is like all over the place now. I started off pretty neat and then kind of lost the plot here somewhere, but it's, you know, it's all good. As you saw, I was not using any effects on my vocals because I want the vocal to sound good without any effects, without auto-tune, without anything. I kind of want to be sure that, you know, as soon as I put the vocal effects on, it's gonna be like the cherry on top. I don't want to try and turn a vocal that is not good and try and, like, you know, tweak it until it sounds good. I just want the vocal itself to already be good before I do anything. No compression, nothing. So first thing, very important, I can't be having this. These are all blue and I need them to be yellow. Right.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. I wanna learn how to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
I think that was like one of the first takes, one of the first few takes that I comped together. And that is a pretty solid vocal if you ask me. I'm so happy with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna save this as a, like, my top line version 1.
You know it hurts.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's see what else do we have here.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. You know it hurts.
It's not powerful enough, in my opinion. I feel like it's a solid vocal, but it's like, you know, we got some better ones there.
Falls apart that you thought could work.
Make a group and say that this is my top line, and then we have left, and then we have right. So I want to kind of like lay that under here and just
falls apart that you thought could work.
Yeah, just with a little bit of editing.
Could work. Could work.
Dude, I'm loving it. What the hell?
Something falls
Ugh! Can you hear that?
apart that you thought could work. Thought could work.
Ooh, dude, that is actually insane.
Something falls apart that you thought could work.
I kind of like that, and I'm gonna keep that.
Something falls apart that you thought could work. Something falls apart that you thought could work. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
And even if I decide to take this vocal, you know, as my main,
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
you know, they can still chill like in the background. Really like the sound of that right now.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. I wanna learn how to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn. You.
Now guys, we still don't have no processing on the vocal, and this is already, I'm like, you know, I'm vibing to this, dude. Wait until we slap that vocal chain on here. It's gonna be so cool.
Turn.
Eee.
Turn.
Dude, that is insane.
It hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. I wanna learn how to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
Dude, I love that as a double. What is going on, dude? Yeah, let's take that. I'm all in for that, dude.
When things suddenly turn. You.
Like, if it makes me move and I'm grooving to this, but we do not have any effect on the vocals, that's a good sign, guys. It's a good sign.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. Had to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
Ugh, dude, that is so cool. Guys, I need to, like, you know, I am the last person to be, like, loving myself. I am the least confident person in this world. You know, I always get nervous around people, and I don't know how to talk. But music is the only thing that gives me confidence, dude. Because, like, when I listen to this shit, I'm like, dude, I need to give myself credit, bro. And not because I don't want to be cocky, but I'm just proud. You know, I'm just so proud of this. I love what I do so damn much. Like, and I feel like this is all I know, and this is what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. You know, it's madness. Let's fucking go.
Have to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
Oof. We got a lot of eyes. A lot of eyes. We got like a wavy thing going on there. We got like that.
I wanna learn how to reach for the spark.
Reach for the spark. I like that shit, dude. It's cool, man. Let's see. I had to go through this process to find the gems, if you kind of get what I mean. Okay, so before I go, I promised to show you what it's going to sound like with the vocal chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some auto-tune. This is my first step. Now, like I said to you guys, I made sure that the vocal, like that I'm really, really happy with it without auto-tune. Just adding a bit of auto-tune on here, not that much, you know. I don't want to sound like T-Pain, but I'm just adding it, you know, in there, just a bit to, you know, just for the cherry on top. It's just smoothing out on parts where I might be just a bit sharp or a bit flat, you know. It's just kind of, I don't want much of it.
You know it hurts.
You know, so if I turn this off and on,
you know it hurts. You know it hurts.
You're probably not going to hear that much of a difference. Now, if I crank this up,
you know it hurts.
That's like way too much. I don't want to sound like T-Pain. I'm just going to bring it back, you know. Still too much. I want it to sound natural. I still want it to sound like me. I think a retune speed of 50 is kind of cool.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
I'm liking that. That is cool. Then I'm going to add a little saturator.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
A bit of EQ.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
And a little bit of soothe to the S.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. I wanna learn.
And then we have the 1176.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
We just want to catch the peaks with this one. But I'm just gonna give it a touch more.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you
See, that's compressing way too much.
Something falls apart that you thought could work.
The LA2A, which you want to kind of, we want it to ride a bit more rather than only catching the peaks and going like, like we want it to be more like a
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. It's hard to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
It's compressing quite a lot there at the end. I might have to do a bit of, you know, some dynamic control in the vocal itself. See, I can see here this is already pretty loud, so I could maybe just bring this down a little bit more so it's more level. You know how the other ones look?
It's hard to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
But just to save time now, I'm gonna move on. So then I use another saturator.
It's hard to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
Oh no, we got another soothe here. We got another DS. Right, take it or leave it. And then I just got a utility on there because then I can kind of like, you know, I can do an automation maybe with the utility if something is a bit too loud at some points, you know. I just like to have that at the end of the chain most of the time, you know. And now because we're vibing with that, I can like add, you know, some short reverb with my sense that I got going on here, right?
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
So that just adds a little bit of room. Then I got a longer reverb, a longer tail. A really, really longer one. But I'm just gonna add this in like really tastefully. I don't want it in there too much.
Something falls apart that you thought could work.
Now let's listen to it with the track.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
And now let's add the double in here with the same effects, right? But this time I'm going to add either a tal chorus. Can I either use tal chorus or I'm going to use the ozone imager, right? Just going to try both and see which one I like more. I'm taking it, I'm going to go for the ozone imager because the tal, this is the tal chorus.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
It adds like a character to it. Now, the ozone imager is just going to make it spread, but it's still going to sound kind of the same.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
Let me see.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. Something falls apart that you thought could work.
Yeah, I think that adds too much character. I'm just going to go with the ozone imager, but I don't want it to spread that much. You know, I'm just going to go with that kind of setting. Just let it add like a little sprinkle on top. I don't want to add too much of these things.
You know it hurts. Something falls apart that you thought could work. I wanna learn how to reach for the spark when things suddenly turn.
Alright, that's it. That's how I organize and put together my vocals. The next video will be a more in detail process where I take care of dynamics. I'll be adjusting timing issues and I will be fine-tuning the vocal settings just a bit more to my taste and liking. So stay tuned if that's something you are interested in. Make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't yet seen the previous video of me during the recording process, then make sure to check that out up here. Other than that, I appreciate you so much for watching this far. It honestly means the world to me. Thank you. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye for now. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's how it's gonna be, bro. We got the 2 videos done, bro. Got the 2 videos done.